Or here, I shuffle myself under and I fire up into X guard. Now again, I'm retracting this knee and I'm stretching here, and now my shin is behind the knee tilting, and I'm cranking that calf, and I'm almost twisting the leg forward with my whole arm and my ears pinching the shin right here. So all of this is working together to help rotate the leg, and my knee is to my chest, and my shin blades the back of their leg to help get their hands down. If you don't get a good guy's hands down on the mat, right here, they're gonna start passing. I'll talk about passing in a minute. But if you don't get their hands down, you're not gonna be able to do anything because they're just gonna start initiating passing. So the first thing that I'm doing is trying to work to get his hands on the mat. Now I decide what I wanna do from here. I'm gonna change my X hook to a stomp on the back of the far knee, and to wrestle, I'm just gonna weave my elbow underneath. I'm just gonna cup, and I'm gonna make sure my elbow is flared high as I stretch till I'm sitting myself up. And I always try to have one foot keeping that far leg away as I go to now build up and do that traditional technical getup. Now you can just gable grip the back of their knee and back up to force them to be broken down. And now I start hunting my partner's hip. You can do fancy back takes from here, or you can just turn, and now we're attacking the regular style, okay? So again, we're here in X guard. I got underneath my partner. While they're standing, I have to try to put their hands down. I retract, I crank, and I start flexing. Now I put his hands on the mat. Now I'm pummeling under, and here I'm stomping the back of their knee to stand and wrestle. If I don't want to stand and wrestle from the same position, now I swim under my partner's ankle, and I lift and I force both butterfly hooks. And I need connections. And if you see the way I ended up landing with one hand on the ankle and one hand on his thigh. As long as I have both my hands working and both my feet, I just need attachment to my partner so I can keep climbing towards that crab ride. Okay? And lastly, and you do have to be aware of this, you have to be aware of what tournament you're in and what rules you're in. When I come here and I start putting people on their hands, you can lace this ankle lock and start to belly down people, but this is illegal in IBJJF until brown belt. But if you go to Grappling Industries, this is good at blue. So you have to know the rules of every tournament you go to. Now my goal is to take my knee all the way down to the mat and start hipping in to finish my regular ankle lock, okay? The thing that I do to a lot of good people, because they don't just stay with their hands down, is I get people's hands down, and as I get the hand down, I start to re-bite, and now I stretch my partner out a little bit, and while their leg is in the air, I start throwing a triangle choke over their shin for this little trend lock.
And that's not illegal.
This is not illegal because I'm going to the outside. If I was going to the inside, they'd call it a reap, but I'm going inside to outside, and I'm hipping into it. So go ahead and stand back up again. I'll do it starting this way this time. So I'm here, I have to get his hands down. I retract, I flex, and now I'm starting to stretch my leg as I tilt my shin behind their knee. Once their hands are down, I can choose, I can pass the leg over and chase the back, I can keep this on my shoulders, stretch and wrestle, or I could belly down this ankle lock. To do the trend lock, I start stretching, and I palm my partner's knee, and I'm trying to lock a triangle choke below their shin. He stands back up right here. I'm locking my triangle choke below the knee to finish trend locks, and now I start flaring my knees as I hip in to get the tap. Sometimes this is an ankle lock, sometimes it's a knee bar, sometimes it just stretches his calf muscle in front. The most effective way to set it up though is with his foot in the air, his heel is off the mat, I lace, and he just tapped right there while he's still standing. I'm gonna talk about this in depth at my free seminar on Sunday for straight ankle locks, about how to use the trend lock and how to ankle lock people from standing with our adjustments so that we can off balance people to get their toes up on the mat and their heel up, and now we rip into our ankle locks before they even have time to start defending, okay? What's up?
I was just gonna ask, in that position, you're not in danger of them just stacking your legs down?
No, actually, if I lace up a leg, I off balance my partner. Once I make this connection, and he starts to put all his weight back down, he can put as much weight on me as he wants. Yeah, see, he's tapping before he can even finish his fall. So it's actually not good for him to push the leg down. That's actually helping me finish my trend lock. You're just triangle choking under their knee, and you're squeezing, and then you flare your knees as you hip up.
Can you show that triangle?
Yeah. So X guard, I tilt them onto their hands. I palm the knee, I put it into my armpit, and I need to lock my triangle below their kneecap.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I see what you mean.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
And then here, and this is allowing him to put his foot down.
Can I
I
feel that
wrap,
shit?
and I go here, and now if he starts putting weight on this,
Yeah, I can't.
it'll start applying the submission to him as I flare my knees. Questions?
Is there any defense out of that?
Yeah, I'll tell you when you're older. Let's get it. On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Don't get in it. Sunday.
No, there is a defense. I need to pull their triangle above my knee line. Yeah.